Guys, it is finally happening. Moving date for my parents. It is, what a crazy feeling this is. So on Tuesday, my parents will finally be moving in. Everything is finished. Well, I say everything is finished. There's like tiny little things to do on the outside, like very small details, but 98% of everything is literally finished. The last thing I believe in the inside is literally the TV installation. So we have the TVs there and they will be installed early next week before they move in. So I'm super excited. And before they do that, I thought I would just take this opportunity just to show you around, give you an update from the last time. Absolutely night and day. And honestly, I can't wait. The feeling I have, people ask me, how does it feel knowing that your parents are going to be looked after forever? How does it feel that you've actually achieved that goal? This was a goal 10 years ago, and now that's coming to fruition for so many things that I'm sure I'll go into a later episode. But for right now, I just want to show you an update, let you know what's going on. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's go inside. Guys, we are in here. It feels like almost a cottage, cabin, lodge type. I can't even explain it. It's such a cozy feeling in here, and I'm super excited for them. So let's firstly take a look at the kitchen. So you guys remember this? When this was all stripped out, and I think the last time you might have seen some cupboards, etc. Can't exactly remember what was in the last episode, but wanted to make sure that she got her quartz top as well, so a really nice worktop. And she chose all of the colors, chose everything. And we kitted it all out as well. Wanted to make sure, listen, leave everything. Don't worry about toaster, kettle, like anything, you name it, we will get it. And it's fully kitted out, just everything that she wanted. So we've got 2 ovens. This is all electric as well, by the way, so everything's electric. Got 2 ovens. We have the dishwasher as well. So Mum's never had a dishwasher. Just something as simple as that. Having a dishwasher, it's gonna just save her from washing up from her back and etc. Just like small little details like that. I wanted to make sure that she's got absolutely everything. Even just something as simple as this, right? So when we look at the tap, just by having even this, like a hose pipe tap, like really small details, I wanted to make sure that she had. So really happy with that. We've got a few things already stocked in. So just starting to move things about. Coffee machine, cups, again, just everything brand new. So this is an induction cooker, really? Yeah, so this is an induction one. So again, it needed absolutely everything brand new. So it was like all of your old pans, like you name it, just get rid of it, just have everything brand new. And I was super excited for that. And then we have the built-in microwave, we have the other oven, and then just lots of storage space. There's still a few things to, of course, move over. And then the fridge, freezer, so integrated fridge, freezer. Right, so we also have the drawer underneath here. So this is just for like chopping board, baking trays, stuff like that. So new chopping board. There's still quite a few other bits to put in here. Again, these kind of cabinets are really cool. So again, wanted to make sure that she's got maximize of space. So these are the kind of pull out things, which are pretty cool. So we've got this throughout, all these like extra features, so much more convenient. And then we have this side will probably be just things like, this will probably be a spice rack. Well, at the moment it's got a few other bits, some bagels in there. So this will probably be like spices, that type of stuff. And then we've got another pull-out one, which is on this one. This pulls right out. So just some area just for more storage. Got so much storage. Her current kitchen is half the size as to what it is now. And then it's like double the storage. So I'm super excited because she's gonna have everything in there. Once everything's in, she almost has to get more stuff to fill it out. So it's gonna be nice. Going from not having enough space, and you know, like when you're trying to cram everything in, and some of you may be able to relate, right? And I just thought it's gonna be such a nice feeling to have just all this different space and maximize space, like dishwasher, things that pull out, just again, like in the current kitchen, and I'll show a kind of, in the documentary, I'll do something behind the scenes and I'll show you where we live, where we grew up, all that type of stuff, and just simple things like currently in her kitchen, there's like a boiler here. It takes up all of the space where there could be a cupboard and there's nothing there. So then you lose space there and you lose space. It's just really, really poorly designed. So going from that to this, so happy for her. So she's going to be excited to start using everything. And again, just a nice little area. And we weren't sure on the space originally that how kind of large things would be. But again, from what you guys saw before, when this was all stripped out, sometimes it's hard to see, how's that going to fit there? How's this going to fit there? And that was the one thing that my mum struggled a little bit with as well. But having a bit of a background of, you know, dealing with properties and things like that, I could kind of see a little bit more. But even then, you don't fully see it until you're actually in and you start putting things in place like furniture and tables. I thought this would have been a bit too big, but it's fit quite nicely. I mean, it doesn't get in the way of the fridge when you open the fridge or the freezer. It's like really, really nice space. Mum loves to cook. So this is just a nice area to be able to cook on the bar stool and then can watch TV from here. So it's going to be a nice flow. So let's take a look at this area. So this is kind of unfinished, and that's only because TV is not on, as you can see there. So we've got a 55-inch ready to go on in this area. This is lovely and cozy. This is the TV that's going to go in my dad's room, but we've just connected that up just to check that all the system and the aerials work, etc. So they'll chuck that on there. Everything is going to be nice and clean, no wires. It's going to be like really visually pleasing. And then this is just the cozy area. So we've got 2 armchairs, sofa, coffee table, rug. We've got a painting up, and we may put a few other bits up, like some side lamps, and a footstool is still here to come. So there's a few like tiny things like that. So that I would say that's more of the main feature that I really like. And we have the blinds as well. So blinds nice and cozy, deep windowsills, lovely view outside, nice view of like the trees of the big driveway. So everything's really nice there. The crazy thing is, you probably remember from the previous videos of me literally talking about all of those specific details. Every detail you can imagine is in there, even to the aircon up there. Right, vaulted ceilings, aircon up there. This does give out heat as well. So in the winter, it can go up to 30 degrees. So it warms up nicely. And then the electric fireplace that you can have it with the heat on, or you can have it just for, you know, aesthetics. And it's really nice at nighttime and nice and cozy to just have like the flames and the lights on. I think it has a few other settings as well. So I can imagine at nighttime, TV on, fireplace on, all the rest of the lights are off, and it will just, even that alone will just be nice and cozy and light it up. So that's going to be really cool. This goes straight through to my mum's bedroom. So a really nice flow all the way through. Let's take a look there. This is the main bedroom. Got this fully furnished. So you can see rug, bed, side tables, lamps, chest of drawers, loads of storage, huge, as you can imagine. These are like high ceilings as well. So huge double wardrobes with storage up the top as well. It's like everything is so deep, right? There's so much space, like across the board. She won't be able to fill it out, which is what I'm excited about. So for the first time again, it's just been designed. Everything is so clean. And then you've got the ensuite, solid oak wood doors as well. So as you can see here in the ensuite, we kind of went for a navy color because I feel like that goes really nice with the oak. So we've got old English oak for the floor, by the way. I didn't even talk about the floor. So old English oak for the floor. And again, just a few accessories, nice storage space. And we've got the shower and these kind of gray stony kind of tiles. Let me know what you think about the tiles as well. Nice finish, I like that. And then, yeah, it's just, I feel like it's a nice flow going from the bathroom, this ensuite, straight into the bedroom. Yeah, so with these are really, I said curtains, I meant blinds. These are really easy to use, and you can kind of pull them, you can kind of split them apart, and at the same time let loads of natural light in as well. So these kind of pull apart as well, the two wires. So you can literally pull everything apart. And then there's just a few bits on the outside to finish off with some landscaping, but nothing too crazy. But floor to ceiling, remember these were at the front. If you remember the front of the elevation, front elevation of the house, you could see those big garage doors.
You're going to see glass panels here, so it's going to let a lot of natural light through.
We're essentially in the garage now.
So here we have the double garages, so we'll lose all of this. This is where the bedrooms are going to be. So mum's bedroom, dad's quality of life is going to be incredible once this is all done. So can't wait for the space to all be done. That's where the knock through will be, by the way.
And you remember me walking in there into the garage saying like, right, this will be this bedroom, my dad's bedroom will be at the back. It's a crazy feeling to see that that was that, and now this is this. So again, these were the big barn doors, and then we have floor to ceiling glass. The view is going to be lovely. So once everything is tidied up around the front, we've got some, you know, stones to come, slate, some bark. It's going to finish it off nicely. I can't wait for that. Never had an ensuite, never had built-in wardrobes, like none of this. And I just wanted to make sure she has it all. Right, so we're in the hallway now. So remember this hallway? I thought this would be way more narrow than it is. You got that floor to ceiling glass hallway. Yeah, so look at that view. So I can imagine in the morning, just my mum with an espresso or a coffee, a cup of tea, whatever it may be, and then you can pull these apart, and you've got a lovely view here as well. Really, really nice. So it lets in loads of natural light. So I love that. And then this hallway cupboard. This was funny enough. This was one of the things are important to different people. Certain things are important to different people. And I know for my mum, one of the most important things was making sure that she had a lot of storage space. Like I said earlier, she loves cooking, so extra spices, I don't know, you name it, she'll have it. And this was important. So storage is everything. And this is floor to ceiling. So we've got like the deep cupboards up there, so much space there. And if you guys remember, so this is not fully stocked out yet, so we're just like kind of moving a few things over. Remember, this cupboard, by the way, we'll have to show from a different angle, but it's massive. It's got so much storage, and in there I've got the light socket, I've got the plug socket, so we can get the Dyson Hoover in there on charge, so everything's out the way. Just maximizing space was super important. I wanted to make sure that just like small details, and this is what I want you to encourage to do with your goals. The small details, they matter. The more specific you are, the more likely you will achieve a goal, hands down. And this, you might think, oh, it's just a plug socket. Well, this is what I envisioned. I wanted to make sure there was a hallway cupboard, there is a plug socket so we can have like a Dyson Hoover plugged on, and like everything is out the way. So just small details like that. So probably gonna put maybe a few more shelves in, or, you know, do a few tiny things, but these are finishing touches that I wanted to make sure that when she's moved in, she can actually use it for a week. Like use the whole place for a week and say, right, this would actually be more practical if we had this, and then we would just get those tiny little adjustments rather than almost doing too much and then it not being practical in day-to-day life. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's the hallway. Let's take a look at the bathroom. Right, so we are now at the main bathroom. So let's go inside. So same navy theme, as you can see, with the old English classic oak floor, which is lovely. And then there's a tiny few things to do in here, but nothing too crazy. You know, it's really, really nice and spacious. You'll be very, very surprised how much space is actually in here. And then when you look out that way, so you've got this kind of lovely narrow view of that floor to ceiling glass window, which is just really, really nice. And it's nice and cool in here as well. I had a feeling it was going to be always like really warm and really hot because it's really well insulated, but after kind of seeing this build throughout and coming in here so many times, it's like it's nice and cool. But that is the bathroom, so loads of space there. And now let's take a look at the final piece. Love how these doors shut as well. Let me know what you guys think of these doors. Sliding door. So this is the sliding door that goes into my dad's room. So we've just had his bed. I don't know if I told you guys before, so he is fully bed bound, and that was one of the main things why I wanted to get this place done. Right, from where we grew up, it's just humble beginnings, right? We'll just put it as that, but I wanted to make sure they have much better quality of life. And for my dad being fully bed bound, his view that he has right now is just not very nice, and I wanted to make sure that he has everything that he needs. So we got his kind of hospital bed, new one, ready in place, because it's Friday now, and so yeah, so we're the weekend away, and then Tuesday he'll be in. So then when the private ambulance come to get him, I wanted to make sure that it's just a smooth transition. He will then go into the wheelchair. I'll wheel him around the whole ground so he can kind of get his bearings. He can see the tennis court, the swimming pool, my office, house, etc. Just so he can see everything, which I'm really, really excited about. And then he's got that there. So I wanted to make sure that there is minimal, you know, stress as possible, because you have to understand they've lived there for like 25 years. You know, you kind of get stuck in your ways at that point and think, well, this is my life, this is what it is. And then for me, I was like, no, that's not happening. I'm doing whatever it takes to do that. And yeah, let's take a look. So sliding door for practicality, as I mentioned in previous videos. And the only thing literally left is a bit of furnishing and the TV to go up on the wall with the swing out bracket. So as you can see, again, floor to ceiling, built-in wardrobe, so much space, very similar to my mum's, really, really deep storage. So we've already stocked out a lot of his stuff in there, so he has everything ready and prepared. We have clock there, shelf, chest of drawers, electric radiator, bin, just like everything's new. And that's what I wanted to make sure, everything's new. He's got his bed, and then the more important thing for me is the view. So the only thing literally that will be left will literally be this here. So here we'll have that TV that was in the other room, but that was just to test all the connection works, etc. So that will be on a pull-out bracket. So then when he's in bed, it will just kind of pull out to like kind of, can't even explain what angle, but then he'll have the lovely view of out there onto the greenery, and then be able to watch that. But it's so peaceful here, like especially in the morning, all you can hear is the chirping of the birds, and then we have like buzzards, sparrows, woodpeckers, like you name it, the list goes on. And it's just such a nice, feels like you're in almost like a nature reserve sometime, honestly. But yeah, so I'm so happy. And again, double size the room that he has, and it's nice and clean and fresh, and it's going to be so lovely. But yeah, let's take a look outside. So if you can see here with the blinds slightly open, this is the view, and then I will undo that. And even again, he'll be able to go outside. That's the big thing, he can go outside. He will be able to wheel his bed out, and if he wants to get some fresh air, even if it's for half hour or whatever, he can do that. So you can see, look at the view now. It's hard to put it into words unless you're actually standing here, but we can get a view of the tennis court from a distance. You know, the pool area's over there, so you won't be able to see around there. But again, just across the board, we put a little bird feeder there, so we'll get that all ready. And there's literally rabbit dens around there, foxes, there's all kinds of wildlife that will just be here all the time. Nice little patio area, but the most important thing was the view. So he can be watching TV, and even with just, right, even just having these doors open, right, look how fresh this is. This is lovely. It really does. Videos and pictures don't do most things justice, right? But just the view of everything here, just being able to just have some like fresh air, to just be out here. And again, when my nephews and nieces are running around, going from literally living on a top floor of having no view, not a nice area, and then to go to this is like, it's the least that I could do, you know, it's the absolute least that I could do. So like I said, I can't even put into words. I don't think I process things very, very fast, guys. For those of you that know me as well, I process things very, very quickly. This is the only thing, you know, how do I explain a decade of work in one moment? It's very, very difficult to do so, but just trying to soak it all in. And right now, over the weekend, I just want to make sure everything's prepared, everything's sorted. And yeah, it's just, as you can see, just like small finishing touches, nothing too crazy. TV's up, bit of furnishing, bringing their stuff over. And then apart from that, after they're in for a week, they will get adjusted to everything. They will get used to everything, and yeah, he can enjoy the view. But quality of life will be increasing by 1,000%. And I remember I said that when I remember standing here in this garage, to think that this was a garage. I remember standing here in this garage and thinking,
I can literally imagine like summer evenings as to how this will be, just like having the option to be able to sit out the front, having the option to be able to sit out in the back, like a different view. Like the grounds here is lovely, especially in the summer as well. It's got this kind of like park-like vibe. And that's the other thing that I wanted. The other thing that I'm excited about, because, you know, I've been here for a year now, but for them to be able to experience that, you know, even when my sister comes and they sit here and have a coffee and catch up, and, you know, my nieces and nephew are here, you know, I've literally visualized all of it.
and thinking, this will be the view, and there'll be full glass windows, and this detail will be like this, and this will be the experiences, and he'll be able to almost feel like he's involved, to kind of go from, like, I've had so many years, so many Christmases, so many birthdays of just, well, we kind of can't be all in that one room upstairs, so we're going back and forth upstairs, sharing those moments, but not really feeling connected and involved. So now we can have tables and chairs out here, we can have barbecues, and he can be involved even though he's here, you know, so such a good feeling, it really is. And that's been the big thing. That is what makes it worth it. When you set goals that are bigger than yourself, you set things that are way beyond, that has got anything to do with you, that is what pushes you. So then when people are talking to me about your why, or like, I don't feel motivated, I don't feel inspired, normally you're just not as clear on your why as possible. And that's why I always encourage people to set goals bigger than themselves, because when you set something bigger than yourself, when you're not feeling inspired, when you're not feeling motivated, when you're not feeling like you need to do what you need to do, when that mood has left you, when you feel excited about your goal, you will persevere, you will find something, you will dig deep, and you will get it done. You won't complain, and you'll move forward. Why? because there's something bigger. There's something way bigger. I didn't want to let my family down. You know, there's only one opportunity for this. Some people could go their whole life and not achieve their dream home or things like that, let alone do something for their parents as well. So for me, I've always been very family orientated and a very difficult upbringing, but it taught me that values are way more important, and how you make your money is way more important than how much money you make. And the goals and accomplishments, they are the most important things. However, you have to make sure that your priorities are in the right place, and that I just feel like when you're working on something that is true to your values, you will push harder than before. That's really what I'm trying to get across, guys. So just wanted to put that as a reminder. Look at your goals and really ask yourself, is it really what you want? Is it really the thing that's going to push you when you don't want to do it, right? When you don't want to do the things that you need to do, are you really going to get up and keep carrying on? Because that's what I did for years. Even in trading, I didn't make money for 4 years. And there's people that complain that, oh, I've been working, I've been putting all these hours for a year and I'm not successful yet. And then they jump systems and they do this. And you've got to build a strong, tough mentality. You have to be able to understand that whether it's trading, whether it's a business, whether it's fitness, whatever it is, you need to be able to understand it's delayed gratification. But the ones that persist, funny enough, and just stay in it a little bit longer, they tend to end up breaking through and get the results. And we're actually seeing that in our community, in the Falcon community. Right now, we've got lots of people passing the funding assessments and going through to those next levels. And the common pattern with those is that they've stayed patient. So good to see. But again, I'm going off on a bit of a tangent. I just want to kind of to show you guys around. But honestly, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of, if you remember the original videos of how this looked from the front, how this looked from the back, and when it was all stripped out and all of the vision and then just everything. I'll be curious to see if you guys envision this, whether you think this is smaller than what you think it would be, or is it bigger than what you thought it would be? I'd be really curious to know. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for the messages from day one. I really do appreciate it. From when I started doing this, the messages that I've received along the way, that it's inspired so many of you to relook at your goals and think bigger. That's such a good feeling. This is literally what I wanted. And I wanted to be able to share this moment, because in 10, 20 years from now, 30 years, I'll still be able to look back at this video and just say, do you know what? I've done it, I made it happen. And I feel like when I said about not processing the moment, I'm sure one day when I'm on the tennis court playing basketball, playing tennis, I'll kind of look over, see my mum walk past as she's in the kitchen cooking or something, or walk over and see my dad out here just getting some fresh air on his face. I think that's when it'll sink in, and that'll be the moment. But yeah, we'll get to that when it comes. So guys, really hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you've enjoyed the kind of walk around, and yeah, just finishing touches, and it's going to happen. So it's going to be a busy weekend for me now, and I'm sure I'll do an update at a later stage and maybe show you the full finished bits and extra bits, and after we've been all settled in. So again, thank you again, guys. Hope this has inspired you, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Take care, everyone.